On the shores of Salt Pond stood a boy staring at the stars. Nobody knew what he was searching for, but he saw what nobody else could see. While others heard the waves, he heard questions. While others saw the night sky, he saw patterns hidden in the universe. In a world filled with limits, his mind wandered beyond them. The stars became his guide, and the unknown became his destiny.
Francis, the tide is coming. The sun cannot keep your thought for long.
Papa, if a boat travels to the edge of the world, does it fall off? Or does the world just start again?
In this village, the world ends at the market. In books, it never ends at all. Come, the shipment is here.
I know me jina ho, maybe sorry a zine kwan. Ewi arikum stro mari pue nyansa fre me fisor. Papa kase brafie na mi komada nyumamu. Akontabu kasa treme.
That is for the scholars at Cape Coast, Francis. Don't smudge the ink, your hands are still salty.
What is natural philosophy?
It's the study of why things happen, why the rain falls, why the stars don't drop on our heads.
Is there a reason for the stars? Or do they just happen?
Clean the shelves. If you finish, you can look at the pictures, but do not stay in the dark. Life is out there, not in here.
Between ropes, salted fish, and kerosene lamps stood dusty crates of imported books from London. Books meant for scholars far beyond the shores of the Gold Coast. But to the young boy staring into those crates, they were more than books, they were portals. One afternoon, he pulled out a worn volume titled Principles of Natural Philosophy. The pages were filled with strange symbols, equations, and ideas far beyond the understanding of most children his age. Yet, as he turned each page, something awakened inside him. The cramped walls of the shop began to fade. Shapes formed in his imagination. Patterns emerged from chaos. And for the first time, the universe no longer seemed distant, but connected. In that quiet room beside the Atlantic Ocean, a young mind began its journey beyond the limits of the known world.
The world felt small. The walls of the shop felt like they were leaning in. But the book had no walls.
In the market's chaos, patterns revealed themselves to him. Geometry in fruit, equations in water, and mathematics hidden in the movement of the sun.
Hey, small boy, move out the way!
It's all connected. Oranges, the water, the sun.
Francis, you've not gone out to play today.
Well, if 2 times 3 is 6, then 2 times 3 is 9. What happens if it never stops?
Long after the town had gone quiet, the boy remained awake, chasing questions too large for his age. Beneath the flicker of a kerosene lamp, He searched for connections between the heavens above and the world in his hands. And as his mother watched from the doorway, she began to realize something extraordinary. The small bookstore could no longer contain the size of his imagination.
You have been in this corner since the sun was high, Francis. Even the sea rests.
Mommy, Papa says school is for when we have the means. But I think I am already there.
Where?
Where the answers are. But to find them, maybe I must go where the books are made.
The world is a big place, Francis. It is cold. It is far from Salt Pond. And they do not always like boys who ask too many questions.
I'm not afraid of the cold. I'm afraid of the dark. This is the only light I see.
Long before history would remember his name, his journey had already begun among the stars. Francis's story continues in episode 2.